clear that in this group that there's a real emphasis on people wanting to genuinely get to know each other and care about each other. But the reality is that in a situation like this, when your life is, a big part of your life is sales and networking, it's a very challenging kind of lifestyle. Today, more and more in business, everyone has a sales mindset, but it requires a lot of courage. And courage to be able to be yourself, to approach people, to be able to consistently put yourself on the line when you want to make a relationship, but at the same time you're trying to accomplish an objective. And so one of the things that for me is very, very motivating is the idea of that I am my message, right? So we all represent something, we sell something, we're trying to build our businesses and take care of our families and do all those kinds of things. But it's important to remember for all of us that the real message that we have is us. And that those of you, and I think it's very significant that you're here and you're involved in something like this because it says that you recognize the importance of relationships. And Kirsten was talking about, we're not the kind of group that does just the email blasts and kind of the impersonal. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with that. But I think the key that I want to talk about today is the idea of working on ourselves and recognizing that we are the core of our message. My background involved having been in the ministry, and I was involved in non-denominational Christian ministry where I was a chaplain at different campuses. But the reality of it isn't about a denomination. It's about recognizing that lots of people have spiritual interest in their life. And so enhancing one's spiritual life is part of us being able to be as full and complete as we can when we connect with people. So this morning, what I thought we would just talk about is a couple thoughts that come to my mind as I think about being as full a person as I can be in the process of doing networking and doing sales and doing the work that whatever it is that we are. And that what's so critical is that we spend a lot of time developing our skills, right? We spend time developing our pitches, our products, all those different kinds of things. And sometimes what happens is we forget that to invest in ourselves. And so today, that's going to be a little bit of my emphasis as I ask you to think about it. I think the benefits are significant because as you grow as a human being in whatever you're doing, even if you become successful and you're not growing as a person, you won't be satisfied. And one of the dangers for those of you that are goal-oriented and driven towards, accomplishing things, is that in the process, you're still the same person. So when you reach your goals, accomplish that, you've still got to be happy with yourself. And another thing about human nature is we're not content to stay at the same place. Something inside of us always is wanting to grow. And so when those of us that have discovered the kind of the excitement of setting goals and reaching them, it's like sometimes we don't apply those same principles to ourselves and our relationships. So my first point is that we need to make it a priority to know ourselves. It may sound kind of funny, but really thinking about who you are and what makes up you. What is most important to you? The ability to try to be interested and curious about yourself. And I want you to think about that this morning because as you think about going through your day, so much of the time what we focus on is what we have to do, right? Our lists are big. Everybody knows what they're doing at 1:01 or something. Where are you off to? A call you're getting on. But one of the things that makes a difference in my life is just being curious and observing myself and understanding and knowing myself. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to do, I'm a therapist, so bear with me. I'm going to ask you to do a little interactions. But you're networkers, so it isn't going to bother you as much as in other situations the guys start twitching. But I promise, no skids or anything like that. But what I would like you to do is just maybe to someone opposite you, someone just pair up with someone and then decide who's going to go first. We kind of usually say pick an A or a B. But what I want you to do is just say the words, and if it works out that you're in a 3, just do that. But identify the words that when I ask you, who are you? what would be the words that come to your mind? Okay? Can we do that? Is everybody game to play? Yes? All right.
Yeah.
So we'll all be weird together.